Hi there, and Merry Christmas from the Call to Cinema. The neat thing is that this year, Sony sent me a gift. We're going to talk about it right now. So, big spoiler for what we're talking about tonight, but as you can see right here, there's the Equalizer 3 logo on this backpack that they sent. Don't worry, there's goodies in this backpack to look at too, as well as talking about the film. Let's start there, actually. So, Equalizer with Denzel Washington was one of my favorites. I'm a mass fan of Equalizer from Edward Woodward, even like the TV show, the new TV show as well. And I love the Denzel Washington film, and I was really iffy about it. Now, maybe a little bit iffier was that when Equalizer 2 came out, I liked it, but I didn't love it. It didn't have the quality of Equalizer 1. So how did Equalizer 3 stand up? Here we go. So, Equalizer 3 has Robert McCall no longer in the United States, but in Italy, taking on, well, a mob gang in this small village. How he ends up there is kind of interesting in and of itself. It starts off pretty quickly, but it quickly slows down the pace. You can tell this is the third movie in the series that's going for something a lot different. And it does that. So if you're expecting this to be John Wick, slow motion, actiony type of thing, that's not what you're going to get here. If you want something that's a bit more of a satisfying, like payoff, a third act to to a film at this point, which is a trilogy, that's exactly what you're going to get. This is more of like the old school kind of like almost a Western style in the way that it's done. Robert McCall, he's older. He's like the kind of like the Clint Eastwood, the older gunslingers. He's the best days feels are kind of behind him. He's been hurt more. He's been injured, but he can only be pushed so far before he has to push back and equalize, get revenge, whatever you want to call it. And when it does happen, it's good. It's a bit more graphic, actually, I find, than some of the other stuff that we've seen in the other films. And it's a bit more, I would say, anyway, mature. Do I think it stands up to the test of the first Equalizer film? It's hard to beat that. That was a really good movie. But the thing is, here's the thing. When we went into the first Equalizer film, we weren't expecting a lot. We knew Denzel was going to be good, but it was a filmed version of a TV series that was much beloved. Let's be honest, a lot of us went in with some fairly low expectations, and to see a movie that was as good as The Equalizer, which was actually really, really good, was something that surprised us. After the second one, that was decent, but not fantastic. Going into part 3, expectations were a bit more tempered, but with Denzel Washington, this is the first time he's ever done a franchise. This is the first thing he's felt strongly enough about to come back and do 2 more films. And do I think this is one that you should have in your collection? Are you an Equalizer fan? Are you a Denzel Washington fan? Yeah, you're going to want this. Are you like the older school, maybe slow burn Western fans too? Very much enjoyed this. Like the villains in this one here as well. And if you have not seen Equalizer 3, I'm going to say 100% pick it up. As always with Sony, it almost becomes not a joke, but almost like a standard right now. What's the audio quality like? What's the visuals like? They're incredible. It's Sony. It's what they do. This is the people that made the Sony Walkman back in the day. They made the Ghetto Blasters. For those that are too young to understand what Ghetto Blasters is, look it up. But yeah, this is picture and audio quality is going to be excellent. If you get some 4K, I would prefer to grab this on 4K if you could. But if you're a Blu-ray person, Blu-ray, DVD, either way, it's actually a really good one. Now they sent me some swag with this one, and swag that I'm actually really going to use. I love the fact that Michael Sloan's name, the guy that created Equalizers, of course it had to be mentioned there, but still, some companies kind of like push out that stuff. what's inside? Well, inside of here, nothing, but on the inside, we got a couple things to show you. To start out with, we have an Equalizer 3 hat. And I'm going to be wearing the hell of this on my way home from... okay, so as you can see right here, you guys know I'm a hat person. You know this is going to come into my channel a lot. Super stuck with this. We also got, and this is something where I'm traveling that's going to be super important. So yeah, this is an Equalizer 3, kind of like a carrying case for your laptop. So the laptop that I'm filming this on is going to be in this after this video. Also along with that came an Equalizer 3 cool, let's see if you can see that, lenticular. Not sure if the lenticular is showing up or not. Keychain and a Equalizer 3 phone grip, which I'm probably going to use. I've never used a phone grip before, you know that? And along with that, of course, came the Equalizer 3 t-shirt. What I like about this is that it's all kind of cool, and you know, by far and large, like this, it's not like a picture of like the movie or anything on there. It's super like understated in the way that it's done, and could this be something that I would actually? You told me like I could keep this, I could give away whatever I want to. I'm honest with you. With this one right here, I'm not enough of a fan of this film, and I travel a lot, so this stuff is going to come in super handy right now. That this will stay in the collection. If you have not seen Equalizer 3, I definitely recommend that you check it out. It's nice to see him going up against. Some people are upset they did in a different country, but I actually kind of dug that. Now, that being said, one thing we have to talk about, the small gripe that I have, and I've had it before, is that there's not really hardly anything special feature-wise on here. There's like a couple things, but they're all short. They're all short special features. They really need to up the game to get with, I don't know, Red Letter Media or somebody like that to start producing some more special features. The one thing's on here that's really cool though, and got stuck in my head. Jacob Banks' song "Monster." You know, you probably they made a monster out of me. If you haven't, check it out online. It's on here, and yeah, I might have listened to this around 4 or 5 times. That was actually pretty cool. Though I'd say watch the music video after you watch the film, because there's some spoilers in there. And yeah, Denzel Washington, the guy, the dude can do no wrong in films, man. He is just fantastic. This character, just really Robert McCall is made for Denzel Washington, like in the same way that it was for Edward Woodward back in the day. If this is the last in the series, I think it's a fairly high point to go out on. If I know they can go back and make one more. Some people would say, well, why don't they make one more actiony, more John Wick style, more kind of that kind of just full throttle type of thing. And we get a lot of that with Fast and Furious and like those type of films. And we had Nobody with recently as well with Bob Odenkirk. It was nice to see something as a kind of a Western fan too. It was nice to see something have kind of a slow burn aspect to it. When the action comes in, the action is good. It's brutal. It's differently done than the action in the first film. It's better done for me. It's like not as action filled as the second film, but I thought it was better done than the second film. The first film is still the best, but I have to rate all 3 Equalizer films. The first one is still the tops of my list. Equalizer 3 is definitely going in a strong number 2 place, and Equalizer 2 definitely goes in the 3rd spot. I want to thank Sony for this. It is as a guy that's been doing this for years, to get a package like this, it's humbling, and I'm really glad it's for a film that I actually was really enjoyed. So there you go, Equalizer 3. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you do.